Pairing.
Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Hey, Potato Memes is here. Let's pump out the chat so we can actually see it. Man, that's some good news. Wasn't it the Potato Memes that we thought had died? So it's good to hear that he's back. Alright, let's go to... Unless we got another viewer mixed up who's in rough shape. Ah, fuck, where is it? There it is. Skype caller. No, that's not it, chat. Sorry, it's really early in the morning. Started the show quick because I missed the one last night. There we go. Hey, George Washington's here too. Oh, Potato Memes is saying that it's his brother, so it was him that died. Shit, sorry, man. No, we were just talking about your brother a few times over the week. Miss him. Oh boy, well that's sad news, but yeah, let's continue. George Washington's here. Hey, he says, hello, Jobs. No, man, my weight issues have definitely been going sour the past few weeks. Got my big dentist appointment tomorrow, so I've been cutting back a little bit this week, but still got a lot more to cut back. Thank God, I think my roommate managed to buy like shitloads of treats and stuff. Or actually what it was is our old neighbor, she needed a new place to stay, so she didn't have room for all of her stuff, so she dropped over a box just loaded with sweets and said we had to eat them or they're gonna go bad. So you can imagine how that went for me. It wasn't good. Alright, we already said this. Yeah, so I spent the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, just plowing back like chocolate chips. And actually one thing that she gave us that was sweets, I guess for some sort of treats. Oh right, we got some more Peacemans. She gave me a big bag of dried cranberries. I don't know if anyone's tried like dried cranberries, kind of like raisins. Oh yeah, we unlocked a new battle here, let's do it. Yeah, so I tried the dried cranberries, and I thought actually they taste very similar to raisins. If someone didn't tell me that I wasn't eating raisins, I would probably just guess that they were raisins. But no, slightly sweeter, which I thought was weird, because I always thought cranberry juice was sour, but no. So anyways, I plowed back a huge bag of the dried cranberries. Man, filling, tastes good. And the next day, my stomach reaction was like so good. It's like my stomach hasn't felt that good in like 20 years. So I was like, what the hell? It's like, was it the cranberries that did it? So I was reading online to see like cranberries, what they're known for, and they actually are known for curing ailments in the old days. But they say today that there's no evidence it does anything. So I'm, well, fuck, man. I'm looking at some evidence. I've been going through hell with my stomach for like the past couple of years, eating a bag of cranberries, and I felt like a fucking $1,000,000. First time in years, decades even. So I was like, I don't know, I'm probably gonna go buy some more cranberries, because I was like, shit, I ran out of cranberries and my stomach already went back to shit. So I don't know, it's weird to like swear by like herbal remedies or whatever, and especially plants. I'm not a very big plant eater, but man, if it works that good, it's hard to deny. That's why I laugh when people say chiropractors don't do anything. It's like, well, have you ever actually had crippling back pain that you couldn't move from and then had someone cure it just by pressing somewhere on your back? It's like, I don't know, for someone who's actually experienced that, it's almost like laughable to say that chiropractors don't do anything. It's like, okay, try suffering for 10, 20 years, popping pills, nothing helps, and then have a guy just touch your back, pop it, and everything's back to normal. And then someone tell you, oh, that didn't do anything. It's like, oh yeah, it didn't do anything? What are you, fucking... Oh boy. No, oh, I was gonna say, maybe we'll get a good challenge out of this boss, but looks like we're just kicking his ass. Oh, my voice is wavy today. Oh, it's the Electron thing. I think it's back on. No, there's like this Electron auto-tune thing on my soundboard. I keep forgetting that it exists. I don't know why, but every once in a while it just turns itself on. There we go. I think I should be back to normal. No, that was one thing. Viewers are telling me I sound like a robot. I think it was Shelly, and it was the auto-tune. I forgot that I had auto-tune on. So it had tuned me to be a robot. Oh, fuck. Thank you. Yeah, my mic is not on. That is why. You know you're tired in the morning when? Do you have to show with the mic on the table next to you? Yeah, so that's the sound issues we corrected today. No more auto-tune, and I'm wearing the mic. Alright, let's go. Oh man, you know what's really pissing me off? It's like this goddamn, like, what is this thing called? The chapters or whatever. Every fucking time you unlock some place that's new, they give you a shit-ass hero. It's like, why do they keep giving us these stupid heroes? Why don't they put someone useful? Like, I get it that they have to make the game hard so they can't give you anyone useful, but dear God, man, like, just a little bit. Like, maybe alternate. So it gives you a couple shitty heroes and then a good one. None of this just shit and more fucking shit. Like, I swear to God, every single one of these flags on this board so far has been shit, except for maybe one. So I don't know, the shit to fucking good ratio is just not what I'm liking. But oh well. I don't want to complain too much. I still like the game. It's just, man, God, it's annoying sometimes. Hey, Noah Gaming Clan. Yeah, now we're back. Thank God the viewers are here this morning, or else I'd still be talking in auto-tune with the mic on the other side of the room. No, it was funny. Yesterday, I started to realize that, hey, man, a lot of the YouTubers that I used to watch, like, all the time, their videos don't come up in my feed for YouTube anymore. So I'm starting to wonder, like, what the fuck happened to all these channels, right? So I start going and checking, and one of the channels I used to watch is called Bobby's Perspective. He's like this ex-vegan guy who was like trying to convince people that tried veganism or they're thinking of trying veganism, just how dangerous it really is. Part of the globalist agenda and the green movement, all their fucking scams. But yeah, so he's trying to warn people, and yeah, he tells things from his perspective. And a lot of the times he does say really weird stuff, and it's annoying, and most people like probably don't agree with anything he says. I probably agree with maybe 20%. So anyways, so yeah, I was wondering like what the hell happened to Bobby's channel? And I knew like Bobby, he always has this perspective that he won't sugarcoat things. He'll just tell you his perspective. He doesn't care if you think he's a jackass or dumb or whatever. So I'm like, okay, let's see Bobby's perspective. And it turns out Bobby's perspective, making his opinion about the world situation be heard, even though like most people know that he's really weird and they don't take him serious, although some people do. But it's like YouTube gave him the strike where that he disagreed with the World Health Organization or the CDC, which, to clarify, I agree with everything they say because I have no choice or lose all my human rights. So yes, I agree with the CDC and the World Health Organization. No, I was joking about, well, not even joking, well, kind of. I was kind of talking about Canada, how it's so funny right now, the world situation. We literally have like thousands, I don't even have how many doctors in Canada. It could be like 90% of doctors, for all I know. They're fighting the government to try to warn people that what's going on in this world situation is really bad and there's a lot of fishy shit going on. So yeah, Noah's calling. I'll be able to answer a call in a second. I just got a whole bunch of show topics to cover right now. So I'll answer in a sec, sorry. And then, Yeah, so that was the situation. All of our doctors are like freaking out, saying, yo, the government's doing a whole bunch of shady shit. We're not even allowed to talk or lose our jobs, and we're trying to warn everyone what's going on. So it's like you got all the doctors in Canada like fighting the government, trying to tell everyone what's happening. And then the government's on TV, and they paid all the media, and they got all these celebrities. So you got celebrities giving you health advice on Canadian media. It's like, I don't know how much comedians like really know about doctor stuff and stuff, but when a celebrity comes on TV and gives me health advice, I'm like, whatever that celebrity said, 100% wrong, never listen to them. Same thing when a politician gives you advice, right? If a politician gave me health advice, I'd be like, you know what? That's probably the worst health advice you could ever imagine. Like, it's coming from a politician, for God's sakes. So that's what I was thinking. Like, in Canada, if they wanted me to take something seriously, they'd have to get my family doctor. And that'd be the first person that would have to tell me about it. Because if it's celebrity that tells me about it, politician, If it was my family doctor and he's like, hey, you know, there's this situation we need to talk to you about, then I'd be like, okay, this is fucking serious, right? Like, here's my family doctor who actually cares about my well-being telling me this. Unlike the politicians and celebrities that don't give a shit about you, right? They only see dollar signs, right? That's what they see. So I was like, yeah, it's wild in Canada. And yeah, then the media is getting beat up or assaulted by police, or I shouldn't even say that, allegedly assaulted, where they show videos of it happening, where they're getting silenced, where Canada's media is trying to warn the rest of the world what's happening in our country. They're even trying to show how churches are being burned down, how like terrorists are like toppling all the statues of our culture. It's like trying to commit genocide against us. It's like, what the fuck, right? And like, it's like a full-blown civil war in the country. So I don't know how long it's like the media is going to be able. Oh yeah, that was the news story on the media today. They played a story that if you want your human rights back to be able to travel in and out of the country, or if other people want to come and travel in and out of our country, they have to oblige by these like certain things that we're not allowed to talk about. So I was like, holy shit, like they're literally giving the ultimatum. Like either you lose all your human rights or you do what we're not allowed to talk about. So I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, wait a minute, the airports have been open the whole time. They've never closed. So it's like, I don't understand why the media would play a story saying that you can't travel in and out and other people can't travel in and out unless they get the thing we're not allowed to talk about, when it's been happening the whole time. So I was like, who do they even think they're tricking with this? Oh fuck, one of our heroes died. Son of a whore. I don't understand. How do our heroes keep dying so early on in this? Who was it that died? I really wish it would just show you your dead heroes here so I could actually see who it was that died. I don't like how they do that. They move them away so you can't see anymore. Or did they? Hopefully it was Monk or someone that died. Alright, so let's put on this. Yeah, so this is some pretty wild situations in Canada. The fight with our doctors versus the government. Our fight with the media versus the unions and the police. It's pretty wild. And they're even talking about doing a whole nother round of lockdowns. And it's like, you know guys, you should really give everyone the thing, the next B that we're not allowed to talk about, the ooster, that's going to all of a sudden trigger a whole bunch more variant waves. And they're even telling us before they've given it to us. So it's like, come on guys, you should at least give it out and then blame it on it first. Not blame it on it first before we even started. Makes it a little bit suspicious when you already are talking about what's going to happen. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I never even realized, is in Canada, there was, you know how like billionaires, they talk about are behind what's happening in the world situation, that they're all meeting up at like different meetings and planning to make a whole bunch of money off all the catastrophes they're causing. So I was like, holy shit, like, is there any evidence that like really rich, wealthy business investors are doing this? And I was like, wait a minute, I almost forgot what happened in Canada. In Canada, we have like the biggest stadium in the country, the Rogers Centre in Toronto. It's like a World Heritage Site, or at least it fucking should be. It's like Canada's biggest accomplishment. We spent like $1 billion or $500 million of our tax revenue to build this giant state-of-the-art retractable dome stadium so that you could be indoors or outdoors just by hitting a button and having the roof open. And we were one of the first stadiums to do it. I think, yeah, we were the first stadium in the world to do it. So I was like, right there, we should have been World Heritage class. But what happened is this stadium, I don't know why, but the government decided to take it and sell it because they have unions and they ran up the debt so fucking high that they keep striking for more and more money. So now we have to sell all of our province's assets just to cover so that unions can continue to be rich while everyone else lives in poverty. But yeah, so anyways, so we had to sell our stadium. So what happened is we sold the stadium to this really patriotic Canadian guy who's like super rich, Ted Rogers, before he died. And we sold it to him for like $1 million. So it's like it cost nearly $1 billion to make, and we sold it to him for $1 million so that he could look after it and make sure that it never got lost, right? Like here's this big patriotic Canadian guy. So what happens is Ted Rogers dies a couple decades later, and his company gets bought out by investors from India or something. So now India is just like wholesale slaughtering all of our resources and everything that Ted Rogers built to make a great country and selling it off for like pennies on the dollar and screwing everyone in Canada. So yeah, what happened is they decided that they're gonna tear down our fucking stadium and build condos. It's like we already have a fucking enough condos. We don't need any more fucking condos. What we need is our fucking heritage sites, our fucking culture, the things that our fucking country should be proud of. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's the plan, is they announced that they're gonna demolish the fucking state-of-the-art stadium that we paid to build, they got for fucking pennies on the dollar, and now they wanna make even more money off of it. So I was like, you sons of bitches. Yeah, that's the thing. They're like, how could it be affordable to tear down $1 billion stadium and make money off of it? And then you gotta remember, these billionaires, they got our country's resources, the stadium that cost a fucking $1 billion to build, and they got it for like $1 million. So basically free. So now that they got this free stadium, it's actually more profitable just to tear it down and build giant condos, because they make more money off the condos and they don't care about the stadium because they got it for fucking free. So yeah, sorry, I'll answer that in a sec now. Yeah, George was talking about the different Democrats that fled the state. Yeah, I actually did hear about how they actually had the things that we're not allowed to talk about, and yet they still all caught it. So I was like, ooh, what a surprise there. Yeah, so, but the big catch where I was going with this situation in Canada where the stadium was going to be torn down and they're making all this money, they said one of the main reasons why they were doing it too is because they don't believe stadiums are a viable way to make money anymore. Now, some people would argue that, yeah, more people are just staying home these days, even before the world situation. So technically, they might not have had insider information that stadiums would no longer be profitable because of the thing that they caused. But it would just be not profitable because people in general just aren't going out as much as they used to. So I always thought that was interesting. It could be one or the other. But then I remembered that it wasn't just that billionaire in Canada that decided to do that. It was actually the other billionaires that owned our movie theater chains. They all of a sudden like had a huge profitable company. And they're like, oh, just before the fucking world event happened that they caused, is they announced that they're going to sell the movie theater chain. So isn't that weird? Like all these billionaires in Canada, even before the whole virus thing that we're not allowed to talk about was announced, they're already selling the giant assets that involve giant crowds of people gathering. So they're selling them off at like dirt cheap price just before it's announced. Now, isn't that fucking weird, right? Like we could say, oh, maybe it is just a coincidence because like people are going out less. But then you start looking at what happens if they really were meeting in a meeting. They all found out that they were going to shut the world economy down because they were going to release something. And we already have the evidence now that it was released. And if it was released intentionally or by accident, that's what we're trying to determine now. It's no longer a question if it was released from that location. And I don't want to just blame China for it because I know my country in Canada, we helped fund it as well. So we can't really just put all the blame on Chinese people here. Canada's just as guilty. Whoever else invested in these pharmaceutical companies, you're responsible. You're profiting off of it. It's probably like 90% of the people in the country probably have some sort of retirement savings funds that are tied to drug companies. So we're like, oh, these drug companies, they're so evil. Meanwhile, we're all making money off of it. Or anyone who has retirement savings. Now that's what happens to me in the morning. That's why I actually like doing morning shows and more activities in the morning, is because you get more energy. I don't know if it's just a man thing or women do it too, but yeah, men usually tend to have a lot more energy in the morning. It's always laugh when I hear that ladies are talking about their men underperforming. It's like, when did you try to get him to perform? At like 10 at night after he's finished work for like a 12-hour shift? It's like, I wonder why he's underperforming. Not that I know anything about those type of conversations. I wish. All right, there we go. Now, I don't know what it is. Like, a lot of times my friends' wives or girlfriends will always come up to me and ask weird advice tips like that. It's like, my husband, he's not performing in bed as good as he used to. It's like, well, don't tell me this. It's like, I do not want to hear. No, it's probably the Dumb and Dumber situation, where the bus of Bikini Babes is pulled up and I'm telling them to go to the next town. Yeah, so I try not to hold it against rich people. I know people are sort of painting rich people as to be the next evil deity that we are all versus in this giant war of good versus evil. But as much as rich people do some pretty deceivious things in order to get rich, not to say that all of them do it, but a lot do. But I was thinking, it's like, yeah, we're just painting another, like, blaming all of our problems on some sort of other party that we can turn into, like, paint as the devil. Especially this Jeff Bezos guy. I know he seems like a prick and he's like a harsh boss, but you gotta think about it. He's a guy who runs a fucking giant company that tries to get everything to people as cheap as possible. And what makes his company good is that he can make it really cheap. So you gotta think, here's this guy whose main goal is to get shit to you cheaper. So if he's a nice guy and he like does everything nice, gives his employees like huge salaries and fucking just lets everyone like have like giant retirement packages like the union, then the fucking Amazon would go broke and he'd have to charge shitloads of money for his products. Like Amazon Prime would probably be like $500 a month to actually cover it if he gave everyone like union wages and all that shit. So it's like, that's what we got to realize. We're always a society that wants something, but we don't want the sacrifice to get it. We want our cake and eat it too. I don't know how that saying actually makes any sense, but yeah, I should know the cake sayings. So I don't know if our society is really going to buckle down and make sacrifices one day to get what we want, rather than just wanting it handed to us and not actually want to do anything to sacrifice to get it. That is like the whole Christianity thing in a way. It's like the ultimate soy religion. It's like, oh, you can make it to heaven. You don't have to sacrifice anything. It's like, sure, Jesus. How many people are really making it to heaven? That was the old thing in the old days. If someone made it to heaven, they could prove it, right? So it's like, how many people have we seen prove that they made it to heaven? You got Buddha, apparently Jesus, Muhammad. Now, I like listening to the Muhammad story about how he transformed into an immortal light being just like Jesus. I always wondered what he did for sacrifice. I don't know if any people that are Muslim in the audience want to talk about it one day. Because, yeah, I've talked to different Muslim friends about Islam. And in a lot of cases, they're like, we don't want to talk about it. I'm like, well, that sucks. If you can't talk about it, how are you supposed to learn anything? No, my one buddy from Iraq is a Muslim, and he came to our camping trip the one year up to our trailer, and he was like very strict with the anti-pork, I believe it is. So it's like he had actually never tried pork his whole life. His like family had made sure that he never tried pork, and he was sticking to his guns on it, right? So I guess poor choice of speak, but so anyways, yeah, the situation came up where one of my friends was like kind of a alcoholic at the time. I shouldn't say that. He just likes to drink a lot. So anyways, yeah, he was drinking a lot, and I think it was either he blew too much of his money on booze, or maybe he got drunk and ate all his food already and then needed more. But he was on the camping trip and he didn't have any more food. So my Muslim buddy, he is like super nice, like one of the most polite people you'd ever meet, almost to the point of being too polite. It's probably why we welcomed him in Canada. It's like, oh, you're too polite? Oh, you'd fit in just right here. But anyways, he was too polite and gave away all his food to the drinking guy. So the drinking guy didn't savor the food or make it last or anything. He just plowed all the food back, and now both of them had no food. So I was like, our family had extra food, and we're like, oh, okay, we got extra hot dogs, guys, don't worry. Yeah, thanks, what was his name, Saad, for giving out all your food, and thanks the other guy for eating it all. But then what happened was the hot dogs we believed were pork, right? So he was like, oh shit, he can't eat pork. And then he's like watching everyone eat, and he's really hungry. He's like, oh fuck it, man. It's like he's gonna eat pork for the first time because we're camping and he needs something to eat, right? So everyone kind of felt bad for him, like, oh fuck, man, like, we're sorry you had to break your religion. Sorry that guy was eating all your food. But then lo and behold, I went to like check the package to see what like brand of hot dogs we were eating, because I was going to be like, hey man, it's like at least you were eating a good brand. And then I read the package and they were chicken hot dogs. I was like, oh, so we didn't even give him pork. So then I told him that and he wouldn't believe me. He thought I was lying because I was trying to like make him not feel bad. I'm like, no man, really, read the package. He's like, nah, it's not really the package. I'm like, no, I swear, this is where they came out of. Yeah, I kind of wonder that too, though. That whole not eating pork thing. The more I learned about different cultures that eat things and like why they eat them, yeah, that's why I realized the whole pork situation. There's actually an entire cultural belief that you are what you eat. So it's like if you eat only insects, you gain the knowledge of the insect kingdom. If you eat only fish, you gain extra wisdom from the fish kingdom. And hence where the whole cannibalism thing came in. But yeah, it's pretty fucking weird, right? Like they realize you don't want to have the knowledge of the fucking pork kingdom. I don't know why, but something about the knowledge of that isn't the greatest. So they try to steer clear of it. So it doesn't really have anything to do with what the meat tastes like or if it's toxic or whatever. It's just because of the knowledge you gain from it, which is kind of fucked, eh? Our society doesn't even acknowledge that that sort of thing exists. It's like the very fundamental aspects of how our diet works, we just ignore. Because we're under this belief that what you eat doesn't affect what your brain is built from. Or I guess we accept that our brain is built from our food, but we don't accept that any like memory retention occurs. Well, I think that's what people are starting to realize with organ transplants. Have you ever heard it where people get organ transplants and they start picking up the behaviors or some sort of knowledge from the person that used to own the organs? Isn't that fucked up? So that could be the same thing. There is some, that's what we always think, like humans, we're always so set on brains being responsible for everything, but we understand so little about the human body and the brain itself that there could be a whole bunch of aspects of how the brain is working that actually doesn't even tie to the matter in our head. It's like our stomach could be part of our brain. We have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if our stomach is part of our brain from the whole gut feeling thing. When you get that gut feeling, it's like it controls your actions. Makes you angry, hungry. Alright, so I think I've finished all my rants for today. We can open up the show for callers now if anyone still wants to call in. And yeah, we don't always have to be just Noah. We can also do the Discord groups and get multiple people in the chat. I didn't hook up the monitor yet, but I should do it today. That'd be epic if I can. No, actually the monitor is already hooked up power, but I have it plugged into my old computer, so I gotta reach behind my wall unit and try to fish the cord through. And then when I fish the cord through, I can run it to the other computer and boom, I'll be running a 4 monitor setup for the show. Yeah, it will be a 4. No, and some people have been asking me to take a picture of the show studio so I could show what it looks like. And yeah, I'll do that once I get the next monitor running. Oh fuck, my roommate just got here with the bike, I think. I'm gonna have to... She went to Walmart to pick it up for me. Oh yeah, Noah got the group chat thing working. Alright, so I'll just have to go to the sound and put so I can actually hear them. Sorry, I tried changing it already before and I can't get it to the default to stick. It keeps changing it to, I don't even know what it changes it to. It says default device, but it doesn't work. Alright, there we go. That is changed. I'll do the, start the virtual camera.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I still don't have headphones in. So I'm like, why can't I hear them? Alright, now I got headphones. Alright, so I'll put on the Skype color on the screen. Hopefully, oh yeah, that won't work yet.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm just gonna refresh some stuff to get everything working. It looks like it still doesn't want to show your screen by default, so I'll have to update that as well. That's how I figured. The technology is almost there. Most of this stuff almost works by default. There's quite a bit of changes I still have to do, but it's not that bad. Alright, Skype caller, properties. Boom! There we go. Hey, I've got an icon thing where we can react to the stream now. Hey, how's it going? I like the group features, eh? You can do reactions.
Yeah. You can, like, raise your hand.
Wow, that's cool. Alright, so if any of the viewers want to be able to put live reactions, I think you'll have to join in the Skype group thing. So how do viewers join if they're trying to get in?
So I think I DM'd you the invite link.
Oh, it's a link. I wonder,
I can go.
Can you post it in the chat, or that won't work? I might have to post it, eh?
I can go see.
Yeah, if you want to post it in the Discord, or if you want to post it in the YouTube chat, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, I've realized that YouTube seems to censor out some words in your chat.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's I turned the censorship off in like the chat settings in the moderator, but it's like off is only like a certain amount off. It's like there still is censorship, just less of it. I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it looks like it censored it, so I think you'll have to put it in there for me.
Alright.
I put it in the group chat.
Yeah. Oh, if it's in the Discord, yeah, that's a good way. I can find it in there pretty quick. Let me see. I'll get a mission going so we can watch the game at the same time. We'll try the ordinary, and we made it right to the boss last time. So let's try to make it to the boss, but with more heroes surviving. It's like, and that's really the key.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my taser.
We'll try switching Alice, see if that does it.
Here's my professional taser.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess try not to show too many weapons on YouTube, or else my channel probably will get flagged. No, that's what I was just talking about. One of my favorite YouTubers just got his channel banned, or no, he got 2 warnings. And once he reached the 2 warning point, he realized that he couldn't make any more shows until that warning period is over for the world situation. So it's like, really, once you reach that 2 strike point, you really just gotta stop making videos. So it's like even one strike is a pretty bad situation, because then you're already at the point where you're at one strike away from having to self-shut down. It kind of sucks. And he had his channel going for 5 years. So it's like, God, 5 years worth of videos, making videos every day. And just because he talked about the world situation, he's getting his channel taken down. I was like, holy. Now it's really scary to see how much, like, we always joke about communist China and how strict they are and how the public aren't allowed to do anything. And then when you look at Canada, we're actually worse. It's fucked up.
It's like a no politics rule.
Yeah, I think what it is people that make fun of stuff, they often don't realize that they're doing the same thing that they're making fun of. And that's why they get drawn to making fun of it. I noticed that, like, I make fun of fat people, and then I look down, like, oh God, it's like I'm almost obese.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, that's why I try never to pick on people as much, because I've realized that that's happening in my own personality, is I always tend to pick on other people for the same things I'm screwing up on. Oh well. Live and learn. No, I think when it comes to YouTube censorship, we're going to reach a point where people just have to pick between monetization and censorship. So, like, if you want advertisers, you have to agree to censor. But if you don't want advertisers, then you can do whatever you want. So that's why I hope we get that option. Right now, it's just, what is it, censor friendly only. I miss the old way. But YouTube is kind of making sense as a company, because how can they really host all these videos for people if they're really not monetizable? Because it's a lot of money for all that server space. Can you imagine people uploading 4K videos every day in, like, the whole world? I don't even know. How
Like,
big is the fucking server? It must be like like millions of terabyte hard
must
drives,
be
right?
like zettabytes.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I know this one guy, he was recording hockey games in 8K resolution and uploading it to fucking YouTube. I was like, how much would the file size be for that? Be looking at terabytes.
Probably really big.
I don't know, did we actually finish everything I can battle already? I think that's the catch. I played it too much last night and finished a whole bunch. So really we'll have to go with the arena battles. That is the only thing we can work on. Oh, is that like a Borg helmet you got going? You do kind of look like Locutus a Borg. Yeah, that's probably better to show than weapons, because weapons I don't think YouTube will like. No, I'm sure all the ones you have are legal or whatever, but or toys.
Yeah.
But you never know. YouTuber, what is it? Advertisers might not realize that. Holy shit, we're almost up to 350 purples. That's fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, the taser I showed is actually just an RCA adapter.
That's what I was hoping. No, my friend, what he used to do is he used to take instant cameras apart. Like back in the day, he used to buy cameras that had film built in. So once it was done, you just threw it in the garbage and didn't even keep the camera. So what he would do is take those disposed cameras and take the flash and make it into a taser. So he could take it up to train tracks, turn it on, and it would like spot weld the train track. I was like, Jesus, that's pretty strong.
Wow.
But I don't know if disposable cameras are still around, and I don't recommend doing that. Oh yeah, did you want to hear about one of the Men in Black encounters that my friend had? It was actually,
yeah, sure.
It was actually that same friend. He was living on a farm, like way up in a remote part of northern Ontario. And while he was on the farm, he wasn't allowed to smoke in the house. So he always had to go outside if he wanted to go for smoke breaks. And the area that he's in is like a haunted type area. It's like there's a whole bunch of native legends about how the area is cursed and like shapeshifter creatures are around. Sort of like Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Nah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch is another place in the States where basically the same stuff happens. It's like cursed land, shapeshifter encounters. So, anyways, he's going outside and going out for smokes on a pretty regular basis, and he starts seeing some really weird shit. So, the one night he goes out for a smoke and he sees what looks like a werewolf, like a person who's part wolf, standing looking at him from the shadows while he's outside. So he's on a farm and he actually has guns, like legal guns on the farm. So he goes running inside, gets one of his shotguns, comes back outside and points it at the thing, right? Because he's like, holy shit, what is this thing, right? So it's the middle of the night, like midnight, and he's the only person home on the farm. I forget, his parents were in the city or something. So he's thinking, shit, is this creature actually going to come to the house or just like stay outside? So he keeps looking, and then the creature starts coming closer to him. And guess what he saw the creature was made out of? He said the creature...
A black suit.
Yeah, well, almost. He said the creature didn't look like it was alive. He said that when the creature walked closer to him, it had giant holes in its flesh, and it looked like it was a zombie. Like it was a zombie werewolf. So he's like, what the fuck, right? So he took a shot at it, and it just disappeared. So he's like, holy, was he hallucinating the whole thing, or was it actually like some sort of like creature that just like shapeshifted and vanished before his eyes? So he's like freaked out, and he's like, okay, he's going back inside, and he's not going to have any more smokes that night. So what happens is the next week he goes out to smoke outside, and it's during the day this time, and a fucking black unmarked helicopter starts flying around his property. So he's like, this is really weird. He's like, there's no airports nearby. Why is there this helicopter flying over my land? Right? So he's like, he goes inside. He doesn't get a real gun this time, but he gets his paint gun. And he has like a paint gun, like one of the rifle kinds, that has like a canister that can hold like hundreds of shots or whatever, right? And he has it pumped up to like some of the highest pressures that, well, like way over the legal limits for shooting people. So he gets the paint gun and he comes back outside, and the helicopter starts flying down to his property so close that he can see the driver, like the pilot, and even wave to him. So he's like, what the fuck, right? Like, who is this helicopter? Why is it black and unmarked? And now why is it flying so low that you could like just see him? So what does he do? He takes his paint gun and he fires it and hits the windshield and just covers it in paint. So guess what?
Wow.
So the helicopter did is they flew away and didn't complain. So I was like, isn't that really weird? Like if that was a legitimate helicopter pilot, wouldn't he go to like an airport and complain that someone shot at him? Even though it was just paint, but still. So I don't know if
I
anyone...
need to go to the back.
Alright. Yeah, hurry back. No, I don't think the men in black just got Noah, but I hope they didn't. No, so if anyone else is ever living on a farm, be careful. It's like if you're out there alone at night, you can see some really weird stuff, right? And it's weird how sometimes you see that weird stuff. Hey, Shelly's here. How's it going, Shelly? Yeah, so who knows? Like, I always thought in the days when like security cameras got more popular that we'd start getting footage from farms. Hopefully we do. No, Canada's got some weird Men in Black encounters, like some that happened at Niagara Falls, where we actually got footage of people coming in like Men in Black suits to threaten people. And they look like paranormal people, like their skin's not even right. No, don't worry about it, Shelly. Hey, how's it going? No, Shelly was just saying that she got bored at Clone Evolution. She doesn't play it anymore. And don't worry, Shelly. I know I'm kind of getting bored of it too, to be honest. But I do want to play it to the end so that I can beat the campaign. And then I'll be focusing on more new games. And once winter comes, I'm going to start making more other content. Get my convention videos uploaded, some of my how-tos, and my computer review videos. Got lots of work in the progress. I would try to get more done in the summer, but I realized I gotta try to enjoy summer while it lasts. If I do too much stuff indoors on the computer all the time, then I'll be screwed. Winter will be here and I won't have done anything outside. Fucking our winter's like 8 months, so I gotta try to enjoy summer while it lasts.
Yeah, winter's not that far away, and it has I like the snow.
Yeah, for me, I like the winter for one reason, is it kills all the bugs. Well, and it kills my sweating. Because I usually am a big guy, so I sweat all the time. So it's kind of nice to have like cold weather for a change. But I miss all the bikini babes.
Yeah.
No, I really got to get to the beach. I haven't been to the beach in like 2 years, and next year is more realistic. I'm so fat right now that I really need to lose like 30 pounds before I go to the beach. So I got lots of work to do. But hopefully by next summer. Not that you have to be skinny to go to the beach. I don't want to horrify people.
Yeah.
Not to be fat shaming. I know there's some girls that probably like fat guys. Who knows?
Probably.
Or at least they'll pretend to. Just Now, I remember one time I went to a big convention in Toronto, and there was this huge fat guy. Like, he looked like someone from a movie, like a fat bastard or something. And he had a lot of money, and he was like showing it off at the convention. And next thing you know, he has like all these like really hot babes are like drooling all over him and like hanging off of him. I was like, oh my god. It's like, how much is he paying them? Nah, just kidding.
It sounds like those gold diggers on Roblox.
Yeah, maybe. But they might just legitimately like really fat, obese guys. I'm hoping those type of women exist.
Yeah, like some things I've been looking about is before we even had a vaccine for the virus,
Yeah.
people were making their own remedies for it, and
And
basically
which
it was
is not
anything
approved
and
by the World
everything.
Health Organization.
Yeah, basically it was just eating anything and everything.
No, but the one
And
chiropractor that I know in my city, he was very anti-thing we're not allowed to talk about. And he actually told all of his patients that he has that policy. But it's kind of weird. Like, for me, I think there's some good ones and some bad ones, just like everything. It's like sometimes you get like a brand of Tylenol even. Some brands will be good, some not so good. So it's like, yeah, when someone tries to say something's all good or all bad, that's when I start to get suspicious. Because I'm like, there's always going to be a little bit of both. So when people are a little bit concerned, it's like, I understand the concerns because, yeah, there is some that are good and some that are bad. But the World Health Organization, CDC, says we're only allowed to say that there's good. So everything is good.
yeah, I think the best thing that came out of the unofficial remedies for COVID
Yeah.
was probably eating fruit that looks like the virus.
Yeah, people did some weird things. I was almost thinking of getting some dragon fruit. Dragon fruit is pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I
There
got
was
this.
also some inappropriate stuff like eating cow poop.
Yeah. Now that's why herbal
That was,
remedies, I think the World Health Organization is right to a certain degree that, well, they're 100% right. That there are some weird herbal remedies that probably don't work. But who knows?
yeah.
In the olden days, they really didn't have any other options, so it's like, hey, it's like try this or die. So that's probably why they were doing it.
Yeah.
Now that's what I was thinking these days when it comes to herbal remedies. I usually try them first if something's not very serious. But if something is serious, like an infection, I'm like, fuck that herbal remedy shit. I'm going to get some antibiotics. Like antibiotics work so amazing.
Antibiotics are used to help.
Like I've had strep throat to the point where I almost died, and when I took antibiotics for it, it cured it like the next day. So I was like, holy shit, man, antibiotics works amazing. And even the doctor after, he's like, he wants to see my throat to make sure that there wasn't permanent damage, because it was the worst case of strep throat he had ever seen. I was like, holy. No, that's
Was there any permanent damage?
No, thank God. Well, who knows? Maybe that is why I have problems pronouncing words so well. Or that, or just vaping too much weed. I notice when I don't vaporize, it actually helps my vocal cords pronounce words better as well. So I really got to stop vaping so much. It's a really bad habit. No, and I think about it, the last time I quit vaping was last October for Sober October, and I lost like 20 pounds, and my health improved dramatically. So I really shouldn't have went back to vaping. Hopefully this Sober October I'll be able to last longer. Now if anyone's getting through rough times, like yeah, try just a month to see if you can do it, and cutting sugar back even if you're overweight. I notice like people that are addicted to sugar, it's very much the same thing. If you can get like 1 month under your belt of not eating it, it's like, whew, what a difference. But just getting that 1 month, man, it's not easy.
Really? Yeah, it's like,
or even...
It's like very dangerous.
Yeah, like video game addiction too. If you can stop video gaming for like just a month to see the difference, it's like you notice how you start getting so much more free time and you get so much more energy, not as overweight all the time. But not to like bash video games, but yeah, it's all about balance in life. Can't be playing video games all the time. Like Shelly's saying, it's like, yeah, if it's consuming your life, you're playing games too much, or you want to play new games even, it's like you can't get caught up, and you have to learn to let go. That's why I like Clone Evolution. They do teach you to let go a lot. Alright, so we're almost up to the 2,000 points. We'll go for that. Like, that's what one of the heroes or one of the viewers was telling me, is they want me to learn to let go and burn this Wind of Fury hero so that I can speed up the process of unlocking the extra red star. But when I was going to tell the viewer in the chat, is this Wind of Fury, she's pretty good, and she's a lightning element, and that's why they want me to burn her to get Suzo up, because he's lightning. But I'm actually only a few fragments away. Let's show them. Where is it? Ah, here. Or no, I already got 2 of them, that's why. Yeah, I'm at 71. So I'm basically 20 or 29 away from getting another red star. So once I have another red hero, I'll be able to boost up Suzo anyway. So it's like I only have to wait a couple weeks. So it's like I'm facing the choice of, do I want to wait a couple weeks or just burn Wind of Fury now? And I'm thinking 2 weeks isn't really that long for me, so I'll just wait. It is tempting to burn her though, but I'm really lacking the red heroes. Like,
yeah, I think you should probably wait.
Yeah, it's like only a 2-week wait, and then I'm going to lose one of my best healers if I burn her, so it's like, God. I know it's tempting not to wait that 2 weeks. I just want to win right now, too. Because if I win right now, then I could get ahead of people in this chart. Because right now I'm ranked 24th. So if it takes me like 2 weeks to beat it, my rank will probably drop to like 30th, even lower. And if I did it now, then I could try to get higher in the rank. But I'm not really chasing the rank, so it doesn't really matter. And I figure Duplo Lego, she's a really advanced player, so if I even caught anywhere close to her, that's almost ridiculous. So to think that I'm only a few spaces down. And if you check, I'm actually tied for 22nd because there's a few people that are stuck at level 724. So I'm not the only one stuck at this level. So who knows? Some of these people, as soon as they beat it, they'll pass.
Yeah.
Hey, there's George. No, I was going to ask Shelly, what has she been up to lately? Whoops. I went to the wrong center screen for some reason. I didn't even realize that I clicked that. Yeah, that must be a different George. Hey, Zahid's here. Yeah, that's what Zahid was pointing out, is that I need to increase Alice's hit points because she no longer has enough hit points to survive very well. So yeah, I gotta find some ways of boosting hers. I should probably swap this pet out or maybe change her DNA. She's got the hit point increase 24, hit point increase 14. No, I'll probably keep all these the same. Although this one probably really should be a hit point. What do the viewers think? If I had the extra money, should I change this to a HP one or keep it on attack? Because attack plus 24, doesn't that... Oh yeah. Because she's not really much of an attacker anyways, right? So maybe I should just get her to focus on healing only. No, I'm very close to unlocking this shark guy. So once I get the shark guy, we'll be able to unlock this. We'll increase HP by 26% and anti-control. So 26%, that'll be a pretty big increase in health. So if the viewers were wondering how I plan to increase it, it's by getting the shark guy. Let's show how close we are to getting the shark guy. Shark guy, we've got Sword God, we've got Crime Fighter, and I think we're 1 or 2 Andersons away from a gold Anderson. Let me check. Yeah, because we got Omni OG, we got Rasputin, we got these, and I think we have 2. So we either have 1 or 2. Let's check. Oh, he's got Tiberian Sun going. So I'll make it a little...
turned on a face filter.
Alright. I'll put Tiberian Sun full screen so viewers can see what you're doing. There you go.
I'm just playing the time.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, let's see. How many copies of Anderson do we got? We might actually only have 1 Anderson, so it could be 2 Andersons away. Now that I think about it, I think we do only have 1. Yeah, here's 1. Yeah, we only have 1. But we got the Rasputins. Omni OG we got in storage. Speaking of storage, let's check and see if we got any Rasputins. No, we don't have Rasputin. Oh yeah, here's Omni OG. And no. Oh yeah, I was checking for Anderson, that's who. Do we have an Anderson? No, we do not have an extra Anderson. So we'll be looking for 2 Andersons in order to unlock our HP bigger. So that's not too bad, 2 Andersons away. Kind of sucks because the Vibram store actually has Anderson, so if we would have bought him, then we could have got her. Or we'd only be 1 away. But sadly we can't afford it, so we'll have to wait for him to come all the way back again. If any of the viewers want to help, we're trying to make a comparison of what the Vibram store sells each week or each time it resets and see if there's a cycle that repeats. So if anyone's able to do that with a photo editing program or something, that'd be great. Well, who knows, maybe they do randomize it so it won't actually have a pattern, but we could check. No, and if anyone's wondering, the Vibranium store is resetting in 30 hours, or 33, so that's happening pretty damn soon. Holy shit, Zahid says he has Alice over 20 million in hit points. That's fucking insane. Let's check to see what ours is at. We're at 11 million, so he's got it like double. But if we're increasing with that shark guy by 30-some%, or whatever it was, 20, at least that'll help. So what else am I lacking for her? Her chip. She's got the chip to increase HP. What else am I lacking here? It must be one of the other chips. This chip. Oh, I should have that chip increased to her so she has more HP. Alright, so I gotta get another one of these for Alice. He's got it, but I think he needs it bad. He's got it. Oh yeah, I should get it off Monk. Alright, so we're going to take the viewer's advice and increase Alice's HP. But we have to pick one of the chips to unequip. So does any of the viewers have an idea which one we should remove? I'm thinking attack, because she doesn't really attack much, right? So if I'm not depending on her to attack, that'd be definitely one that I could remove. Increase hit rate. I don't really care how much she hits. Is that one that we should unequip? Critical rate. Decrease the rate of being critical.
Welcome to my widescreen filter.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, what resolution is your camera? It almost looks 1080. Or is it 720?
Oh, my resolution, I think it's 240. Wait, let me see. Camera.
Alright, so Zahid says the critical is useless.
It's like this really...
Increase the critical damage is useless? Increase hit rate. Critical probability? Is that the one that's useless? Or any of the criticals are useless. That's probably what it is.
640 by 480.
Alright, so you're at just under HD, right? I think HD
I don't know how HD 640 by 480 is.
Yeah, 720 by something is the lowest HD, right? 720 by 480 is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll unequip one of the criticals. Maybe hit, actually. So Zahid recommends taking out hit. Which one is hit? Critical damage.
Oh, 720p is 1280 by 720. Or maybe, wait. Yeah.
Alright. So now Alice, she's got extra HP now. Oh, she made it up to 12 million. I know that's not much of an increase, but hey, that was a pretty good start. Alright, so now Monk is going to need some better chips.
Okay, so I'm at 360p.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Right, I gotta make sure everyone's chips are maxed out. I keep forgetting that.
Even as a Buddha, I am the dear commander. Could you tell me my origin before giving me orders?
Fuck, man, that's not gonna work. I need another chip.
One day you will also become everyone's.
Here, I have a chip.
Yeah. Alright, so that's what we'll have to do. We'll have to boost up this guy's chip. That'll be our next stage for what to do today. Alright, where is it? Chip, chip, chip. There it is, Chip Center.
Got him.
Oh yeah, now I see. That's a video card hookup thing, huh? Well, yeah, how's your experiments with PS2 going?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I cannot run the prototype of Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. It just freezes that black screen.
Wow.
And I don't know how to run cheats on the single player on my disc version. But I can play PS1 games like Red Alert and Tiberian Dawn from the
Nice.
PlayStation 1 era.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's what I was thinking. I've always tried emulating PS2, and I'm like, why do I keep trying to emulate it when the emulator sucks so bad, and I still actually have the console? So why don't I just play it on the original hardware?
Well,
there we go.
what you'll need is probably the original hardware, the original disc, or an ISO on a USB stick, and a free boot card or a mod chip.
Yeah, I was thinking of adding a hard drive so that I could play games on my PS2. But to be honest, I have so little time for video games, that's why I really don't bother too much investing in that. Because I think the odds of me having time to play it is maybe a few hours a year. I wish. God, that's the one thing
I'd
when
say
you...
it only costs about $75 for the hard drive and a US hard drive and memory card. Because
Yeah.
I have a memory card which costs about $15, and I'm planning on buying a hard drive to plug into my PS2.
Wow. Yeah, so the investment's not too bad. Alright, let's try the boost up Alice, and with more HP, and see if she can actually win. I should have boosted her level up. Fuck. Oh well. Oh, that sounds like my roommate back with the bike now. I think it was my neighbor that had pulled in the driveway before. I was thinking there was no way it could be my roommate because she had just left, so how the hell would she get back her? God, I'm starting to wonder if we're ever going to beat this. This fucking level is so hard. I wonder if maybe the game will just like unbalance it or balance it a bit more so that we can actually beat it. I don't know how anyone ever beats it. Oh yeah, that was the thing too.
Yeah.
Some of the viewers
Oh,
mentioned...
Zahid Abid asked,
How do you have so many gems to burn?
how many gems do you have to burn?
Let me check. We're at over 10,000 purple jewels, or gems that we can burn. Now I was thinking about doing the limited event to unlock all these Vibram chips and stuff, but the problem is it's just Sword God for the reward, and it's hard to do it, so I'm gonna wait till there's the next reward, and hopefully it's someone better than Sword God. Yeah, and then this resilience chip, it would be nice to get that, but hey, it's just not worth it at this point. Because sometimes you go to beat this and they'll have bonus rewards. Well, they'll give us tokens to beat like some sort of limited event. So I don't want to spend all my purple jewels beating it now when there's no bonus rewards. And the hero's Sword God, which I don't even need. We got lots of Sword God already. I know I'll probably need more Sword God later, but just for now. And I want to keep a huge archive of jewels, just in case they give us something to buy with jewels in the future that's good. Because sometimes they'll do a value pack that you can actually buy with jewels. Or similar things to a value pack. So I don't want to screw myself over in the future too bad. Gotta plan ahead a little. Yeah, because if I could just spend like crazy, I would buy all three of these. All three of these heroes are really good. Oh yeah, and that was the bad news. The event center came by, and again, I didn't get my bet placed in time. So we missed a round of the fucking Hunger Games, which always pisses me off when we miss it, but oh well, can't win them all. Who knows, maybe we would have bet on someone that lost. We'll try to look at it that way. Alright, so I gotta go help my roommate unload the car. Did you want to... Yeah, did you want to tell everyone, Noah, again, how to find your work and how to reach you?
Yes, so you can find my YouTube channel on YouTube by going into search bar and searching up Noah Gaming Clan. I have a variety of content ranging from short films to game videos and sometimes some random stuff.
Sick. Yeah, and good luck with the channel, man. Hope you reach like 1 million subs, and then you can refer some of the people to my channel. That'd be helpful. Yeah, we'll try to get your channel going and reach 1,000 subs in no time. So if everyone wants to help sub to Noah's channel, that'd be great. Really appreciate it. All right, see you later, man. Probably talk to you later again in the week. Let's give it
Bye.
Let's give it a thumbs up. All right, later. All right, so yeah, we'll have to do a couple of the other things. Let's go with the sponsor message. Then we'll do a couple more battles. I got a plan for something we can actually win.
Please forgot the mic episode was brought to you by Crack. It'll fuck you up. Woo! Alright, we're gonna have to go right to the patrons.
Right, Patreon, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, and Travis, everyone on Patreon. Thanks a lot. And affiliate links. Society 6, finishing quick, my specialty. Comes t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Hado TV, pays you to watch videos. Swag Bucks, pays you to shop. GameKit, pays you to try games. And free Bitcoin. It's a wallet system for crypto. And just be careful with crypto and the BetFury wallet system for crypto because they're risky, they have casinos, and you gotta follow your regional laws. And crypto has been crashing like crazy. So I hope everyone who's been investing in crypto is just feeling okay. Don't worry, money isn't everything. Don't I know? All right, speaking of following regional laws, the virtual mate is for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Just kidding. No, I am starting to do the online dating, so better get a hold of me quick. I'll be taken in no time. I'm just kidding. All right, so anyways, $10 off on purchase of 150 more at Virtual Mate with the coupon code below. Yeah, it's code LYNBSN. Not sure if that's a saying for something, but take care, everyone. No, let's go back to the center screen. Yeah, the tavern event is trash right now. He says, use your gems for Alice's DNA. Oh yeah, that'd be a tempting thing to do. He would definitely invest in upping Alice's DNA variants to all purple HPs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you really want to go on a spending spree, upgrading DNA, you just need a whole shitload of purple jewels. So that is probably what we'll end up doing. Purple. What do you mean by purple? Can this blue thing change to a purple? Is that what you mean? Because I have it at blue. I was thinking blue was the highest it could go. I didn't know that there was higher than blue. Oh yeah, because here's red, here's gold. I don't know. Maybe, I think what you mean is change this one. Yeah, we'll consider doing that in the future. Alright, so yeah, thanks again for everyone for watching. Let's give a shout out to all the viewers while we do one more battle. Let's try the normal one, see if we can get it right down to the final boss. We did it once. I don't know what we're doing wrong now. Alice is stronger. Should be able to. Let's turn it to fire. Fire will do it. Alright, let's turn off the virtual cam. There we go. Alright, so Potato Meme's brother. Thanks for calling in or messaging in the chat. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, sorry to hear about your brother again. No, I was trying to be optimistic that maybe it was a hoax that your brother died, but yeah, sorry. I was, should have realized that it was you again that was messaging. Alright, so George Washington. Thanks again for messaging. Potato Memes, Noah Gaming Clan. And George Washington. I think Shelly was there at one point, but I can't scroll the messages. Oh, there she is. Yeah, Shelly was in the chat as well. Thanks again, Shelly and Zahid. So big shout out to everyone in the chat. Now, I appreciate the viewer in the Discord who keeps giving me the advice to burn that hero, because damn, it is tempting. But don't worry, man. We're going to have the extra red Frankenstein soon. So once we have that, boom. And then you'll probably be convincing me to try to use it again so that we can go up even higher. But No, and then we'll also have to wait a little bit longer to get the purple potions. But like one of the viewers was saying, the purple potions actually aren't that far away. Oh yeah, we got one of these battles we could do. No, like we're gonna get some new events coming up, and we're gonna win some purple potions. So when we win those purple potions, we'll be glad we have the extra Wind of Fury healer. No, the main reason I don't burn her, she actually is one of my favorite heroes right now. I would definitely even burn Monk over her. Monk sucks. I don't know, people keep telling me Monk will get better when I get Skady and if I upgrade him to Red Star, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of investment just to make someone better who sucks. Now I tried fighting this guy yesterday and we made it to 50 rounds, or no, 48, and then we died. Oh yeah, and today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's my fucking dentist appointment. So hopefully no big issues with my teeth, and I'll be able to do a show. Which I'm hoping not, because I don't feel any pain anywhere, and I don't have any signs of cavities, so it should be okay. Famous last words. Now I usually get really anxious going to the dentist, so hopefully I don't have like a panic attack. Yeah, Zahid's right, don't waste anything on Monk. Now, I'm one of those people that gets like nightmares about going to the dentist, so I really just gotta chill and stop freaking out about it. I'm lucky that the dentist office is all hot babes now, so really I should be looking forward to going. They're very nice. No, I do have like a connection with one of the best dentists in my entire province. He's got a lot of hot babes that work for him too, but his bills are really high. And I could see why, because he does amazing work. So it's like if I was doing the best work in the city, I would charge more too. Alright, so I think this guy is just about toast. Or no, he's dead already. That's I forgot. Yeah, we lost, but we did do quite a bit of damage. But he's already dead, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so what were we looking at? Oh yeah, the guild. So we're going to be doing some scroll burning, it looks like, next. Which, sadly, I don't think we have a lot of scrolls, so we might not go to town with scroll burning. We'll have to see when it gets here. Like, if we had 20 red scrolls, I would more consider it. Alright, so let's go to the fire screen. I don't know, for tomorrow's episode, we're going to try to finish the arena, so if anyone needs help in the arena, just let me know. I know Anna needed help last time, but I don't know if we found out if she was in the right server or not. So if anyone helped Anna already, just let us know in the Discord. Alright, so let's wrap it up with the fire screen. Alright, if you happen to get any purple potions in your vape, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can help with a like. Really appreciate it. Just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. See you later.
Yep, try to have a good week. And if you're going to the dentist too, good luck. Later. Alright, see you guys. Yeah, and shout out again to Potato Memes. I bet you he's watching up above. Later.